Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into a topic that totally flips the script on how we look at a clean environment. We're talking about why above-floor cleaning is the absolute front line of workplace hygiene. From a hygienic point of view, cleaning above the floor actually requires significantly more focus and attention to detail than floor cleaning. It might sound a little surprising at first, but by the time we walk through these precision standards, you'll see exactly why mastering these surfaces is the ultimate step in protecting everyone inside a building. Here's our roadmap for today. 1. Why above-floor cleaning matters. 2. Assessing the cleaning area. 3. Core principles of cleaning. 4. High-touch office equipment. And 5. Cleaning lifts safely. Section 1. Why above-floor cleaning matters. So we normally assume the floor is the absolute dirtiest part of a room, right? Well, let's rethink that for a second. Which is actually dirtier, the floor or the desk? Think about it. Building occupants and visitors aren't exactly running their hands all over the carpet and then directly touching their faces. They're interacting with the space at arm's length, touching desks, grabbing door handles, leaning on countertops. The truth is, people are constantly touching these above-the-floor surfaces. And then what do? They touch their faces. They touch their mouths. If we add snacking and eating at the desk into the mix, wow, the potential for spreading potentially dangerous microbes becomes incredibly obvious. A surface might look sparkling clean, but it can literally be teeming with invisible threats. This is exactly why above-floor cleaning has to be your #1 priority for health and safety. And that right there brilliantly illustrates why this requires such extreme attention to detail. We have to actively stop what's known as cross-contamination. That's the transfer of harmful microbes from those frequently touched surfaces directly to people or to other items. It's like a microscopic domino effect. If a desk isn't cleaned properly, those microbes hitch a ride on someone's hand, travel to the break room, and eventually to someone else. Our whole job is to break that chain. Section 2. Assessing the cleaning area. Look, before we even pick up a cloth or a spray bottle, we need a solid game plan. You can't just walk into a room and start wiping things down randomly. By using a specific 2-step assessment method, we make sure absolutely nothing gets missed. Step 1. You check everything above eye level in an anti-clockwise direction. Why anti-clockwise? Because if you just look around without a strict pattern, you run a huge risk of skipping over things. Once you've mapped out that top half, you drop down to step 2, checking from eye level to floor level. Again, sweeping the room anti-clockwise. This gives you a complete methodical inventory of what needs to be tackled. Now here's where it gets really interesting. How we tackle these surfaces depends completely on their physical orientation. Vertical surfaces, like walls or the sides of a filing cabinet, usually just need to be spot cleaned to get rid of visible dirt. Gravity is kind of doing the heavy lifting there. Dust and microbes don't settle as heavily on a flat vertical plane. But horizontal surfaces, the top of a desk, a windowsill, they catch everything. Those absolutely must be wiped down daily, or exactly according to your standard operating procedure, to keep those microbial loads under control. Oh, and throughout this whole planning process, there is one non-negotiable rule you've got to remember. Always use color-coded cloths. If you use the same cloth on a restroom counter and then go wipe down a workspace desk, you aren't cleaning. You're literally just chauffeuring microbes around the building. Sticking to your designated colors is your absolute best defense against cross-contamination. Section 3. Core Principles of Cleaning. Let's take that assessment and build it into our fundamental rules. Think of these as the golden rules of cleaning for pure efficiency and hygiene. First, work from top to bottom. Dust and debris fall, right? If you clean a desk and then dust the high shelves above it, you've just completely ruined your own work. Second, perform dry cleaning before wet cleaning. Spraying a dusty surface just makes mud, which is way harder to clean up. And third, start furthest from the door and work towards it. That way, you never walk over a surface you've already cleaned or accidentally trap yourself in the corner of a wet room. Section 4. High-touch office equipment. With those core principles locked in, let's zoom in on the real danger zones at a standard workstation, the items that are touched constantly. Telephones are massive hotspots for cross-contamination. People are handling them, holding them right up to their faces, breathing on them, so you want to wipe these down using a neutral or disinfectant detergent. But here is the absolute most critical part. Pay specific attention to the mouthpiece. That is without a doubt the highest risk area on the entire device. Next up, waste paper bins. These aren't just holding paper. They've got discarded tissues, half-eaten snacks, all sorts of biomatter. They have to be emptied daily. But just dumping them isn't enough. You have to wipe the bin down completely with a neutral detergent to remove any lingering microbes, and then replace the liners exactly as your SOP dictates. You're giving that bin a fresh, hygienic start for the next day. Section 5. Cleaning lifts safely. Finally, let's step out into the hallway for a second. Lifts, or elevators, definitely fall under above-floor cleaning, but they require highly specific material care. Starting with the basic mechanics, you have to remember to vacuum the lift tracks. Dirt, gravel, and debris get kicked in there all day long. If you leave it uncleaned, it doesn't just look bad. It can actually stop the lift doors from closing and sealing properly. Now listen up, because this is a massive warning. Most lift doors have a polished stainless steel finish. You must absolutely never use abrasive hand pads to clean them. If you do, you're going to scratch and permanently damage that beautiful surface. Once that polish is ruined, there's no quick fix. It's a costly, permanent mistake. So what's the right way to handle them? You combine the right chemical with the right tool. You clean and polish them using 3M stainless steel cleaner and a blue microfiber cloth. It's gentle enough to protect the finish, but super effective at cutting through grime. And here's the real benefit of using this exact combo. The stainless steel will actually resist future finger marking. You aren't just cleaning it for today, you're literally protecting it for tomorrow. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a question. When you clean above the floor, are you just mindlessly wiping away dust? Or are you mastering the frontline defense against invisible microbes? By applying these exact assessment strategies, the golden principles, and the precise care techniques we talked about, you're doing so much more than just cleaning a space. You are actively keeping every single person in that building safe. Take these standards, apply them meticulously, and we'll see you in the next explainer.